Welcome back to Zero Effort Reviews, and this episode I want to talk about Bioshock Infinite. I know the game's old-ish, and it's, very, how do you put it, very out of time, if you will. I'm not timing this well, but yeah, I replayed it recently, so again, that's what this whole series is about, is talking about stuff that I've played or watched or whatever recently, and there you go. So obviously, going in, I'm going to say it right now, total spoiler warning. If you haven't played the game yet, just stop watching right now, I guess, unless you don't mind being spoiled, because I'm totally going to talk about spoilery stuff, because that's part of what made the game really interesting. Because gameplay-wise, it's not terrible, it's fun. It's very fun. I enjoy playing it. If I didn't, I wouldn't have played it, right? But it lacks something from the first Bioshock. I can't really say what. The first Bioshock had atmosphere to spare, and this one does too, in a different sense. The first one was, obviously very Art Deco and all that stuff, whereas this one's more, it's brighter looking. It's far more colorful looking. I love that. I love the fact that it's very colorful. But it just, I don't know. There's something lacking about the gameplay. And like I said just now about the graphics, it's very colorful, and I dig that. The game looks great. The animation's amazing. Story-wise, I enjoy the story. I enjoy the story a lot. I think, personally, that the story took a couple of chances. Other people might say it didn't, but I thought it was pretty novel at the very least. The whole concept of there being, multiple universes and all that, I thought that was really wild. The DLC for the game, Burial at Sea, Clash of Clans, it's just a challenge map thing, and that's fine, it's fun, but there's nothing really meaty to talk about out of that. It's the gameplay from the main game, just, with not really much story excuse. Burial at Sea, on the other hand, it's kind of interesting how they divide it up, because, they divided it into 2 episodes. Episode 1, again, I told you I was going to be spoilery, so, but episode 1 you play as Booker from the main game, and it's more or less the same type of gameplay, fairly combat heavy. You can be stealthy if you want to, but it's pretty combat heavy. And the story kind of strings you along a bit. Like, you definitely have to have a vested interest in Bioshock lore in order to really get into Burial at Sea, because it ties the story of the first game in with the story of Bioshock Infinite. And then at the end of episode 1, well, again, spoiler, Booker dies. Turns out you were actually Comstock. I know you're thinking, well, dude, Comstock and Booker are the same guy. It's like, yeah, but it's a different. Basically, you were Comstock, not Booker, and you were being led along this path to be killed by Elizabeth. So when episode 2 starts up, it starts off right where episode 1 ends, and the rest of it, and you start playing as Elizabeth through episode 2, and it's a far more there's different colors because the main light in here is from a television set, so I apologize for that. So the main gameplay is more stealth based, and I'm not a big stealth guy, but yeah, this one was fine. I never felt like I was completely boned at any given moment. I felt like I was in pretty decent control, but at the same time, there were threats around every corner. And I thought they tied in the story pretty good between the first game and Infinite. They pretty much just ignored Bioshock 2, as they should, because Bioshock 2 is terrible. I wept a bit at the ending. It was pretty sad. But yeah, Bioshock Infinite with the Barrel DLC and I guess Clash of Clouds, because if you're gonna, at this point, if you gotta buy that stuff, you might as well buy the season pass and save yourself some money. You save like $15 buying the season pass at this point. So at least on console you do. I don't know about PC. So yeah, worthwhile game. I enjoyed the snot out of it. I'd say give it a whirl, see if it's your thing. That's really all I gotta say about it. That's it. So on to the next one. Woo woo!